G'day folks, Damon from Nomad Design. I've got the Riptide 125 and the Riptide 155 here. I just want to talk through the differences in these and also how to work them. So both of these lures come in a floating and a sinking version. Now the floating version is obviously designed with a sort of a traditional stick bait in mind, where it kind of sits like that and the water level's around about here, so it'll just sit with its tail down and its head up. Now you can work this in a couple of different ways. You can work it with like a walk the dog, sort of slow twitch across the surface, or you can do the sort of traditional stick bait, kind of duck the head under and the long pull and get it to swim. The 155 sinking, well both of them, the 125 and the 155 sinking, you work both of these the exact same way, but the sinking version of this is really designed specifically to be a subsurface walk the dog. So what I mean by that is that this will slowly sink, very, very slowly sink, and it'll sink level. What you want to do with this bait is give it a little twitch and it'll just walk side to side. So instead of being like a top water walk the dog lure, you can just get it like twitch, twitch, twitch with the rod and really get it walking side to side. So I'll show you the type of action that we're using on the rod to get these things working. So this is the 155 sinking to start with. I'll just cast this guy out and show you what we're looking for. So really that's starting to sink down there now. So what we're doing, all we're doing is this type of, just a like little twitch on the rod. So it's important with the rod that you use for these type of lures that you want something that's matched to the size of lure. So you don't want a rod that's really soft in the tip. You want something that has got a little bit of stiffness, so when you twitch it, it actually imparts that action to the lure. So it's just that little twitch, and that'll get the lure walking side to side, subsurface. Very, very effective for a whole range of species. Now, the other one you can obviously use with the sinking models in the 155 and the 125 is basically just a straight retrieve. So you can cast that out, let it sink down a little bit, just a slow wind like this. You can use it on a conventional overhead reel, you can use it on a spin reel, but that's going to dart around and get a very erratic action going when you wind it in, and it's extremely effective. We found that's very, very effective on mackerel, yellowtail, kingfish, a whole range of species. With the 125, you'll notice that this one comes with trebles, and the larger ones will come with single hooks. So we've sort of matched the hooks to the type of fish that you're typically catching on these. So this 125 floating is extremely effective for, even things like snook, yellowtail, kingfish, inshore, smaller fish that really like that sort of walk the dog action. So I'll just trim the tag off here. Just a little habit, that one. Right, so with this floating version, same deal. It's a very similar action, but it's actually a little bit slower even. So you can see what I'm doing there with the 125, that's just walking beautifully across the surface there. It's just got a real sort of snaky action, and it's different to a traditional sort of top water walk the dog. So we've got a Riptide 115 Fatso in our range, and that is a traditional level floating walk the dog surface lure. The 125 floating has quite a different action to the 115. It gets a little bit more splash to it, and it probably gets even a little bit more side to side to it. You can sort of work it faster, and there's a few different ways that you can, get some more action into it. So I've found, for example, the 125 and the 115, they both work really well on, snook, barramundi, any sort of species that likes a sort of top water walk the dog. It can be extremely effective to have the 125 and the 115, so you've got a couple of different presentations. So that gives you a good rundown on the different ways that you can work the 125 and the 155. They're both available in a great range of colours. The 125's got a through wire, the 155's got a metal plate. So you can get on nomaddesigntackle.com, go and check out all the colours, and really any sort of fish that you're chasing that like a surface lure, you're going to have a heck of a lot of fun using these.